Hello there, and as usual, I'm Aaron from Laststandgamers, and welcome. So today we're taking a look at another really cool ship. Now this one comes straight out the DRF's arsenal, and this particular one has been built by Conrod. Now this particular ship is called the Turtle, and when I first talked to Conrad about it, I kind of said to him, yeah, maybe we need some more of them decoy pods, and he kind of went absolutely crazy with it. I think his drone mind malfunctioned because this thing is covered in decoy pods. There's two on the side and there's an extra pod on the end just in case. Now Conrad's concept with these particular decoy pods is for them to still function even if they get shot off. Now the important thing over this design compared to the last one that kind of looked like a bit of a catamaran with one pod on either side is he's got pods at some really cool intervals. Just look at that firepower. It's almost like a battleship wall of death and destruction. Now there's a few areas that are a little bit debatable of how effective they would be, but for anti-fighter defense you can just kind of get a scale of the Turtle and just how big it is. And of course it's rocking DRF colours, that's the mighty purple. So let's spawn our character in and we'll have a look at the front of the vessel. Now the first thing you'll notice is this really interesting particular feature, and you can tell it's built for battling because it has a ram. Above the ram it has itself a camera and one below as well, in case of redundancy. Now on either side we have got a wall of modded battery cannons. So these are dual batteries, and it looks like we've got 8 dual batteries on either side. That's damn scary. And if that wasn't enough, behind that we've got coil cannons. We've got coil cannons on either side. We've got coil cannons on the top and bottom. Conrad's got mad. The amount of weaponry on this, you'd need a bloody massive ship just to carry the ammunition for it. Luckily this thing is pretty damn badass. Now something I was talking to Conrad about was weapons on certain ships not being able to have firing arcs, and with this particular design what is done is managed to maintain maximum firing arcs for as many weapons as possible due to the staggered layout. So you can see we've got coil cannons as well as the massive 900mm batteries all staggered off from each other, as well as some of these anti-fighter turrets as well to deter them fighters from getting close. But I doubt they'd get close at all with this much firepower going down range. Now, before we get too excited about this, let's continue working our way along the side. So here we have ourselves another one of his decoy pods, and his decoy pods are always the same sort of design where we've got the spaced heavy armor block between them. So if one gets destroyed, it has to chew through more heavy armor before it can get to the next one. Behind that, we've got this side sort of arc areas where these kind of open up. They've got more cannons on the top and the bottom. It almost reminds me of like some sort of castle up on the top here. And if you weren't happy with the amount of coil cannons, you'll be happy to know we've got another 2 off to the side here. So the side battery on this with all them 900mm as well as the coil cannons firing is going to be extremely immense. Then we've got the side pylons. Now the side pylons are consisting of 3 separate pods. We've got the small pod on the side that looks like it's designed to be cut off quite quickly. Then we've got the larger pods here. Now my only worry about these larger pods is they may get shot a little bit from the front, but I doubt anyone's going to be that close to this target anyway, so they should do the job quite well. Let's continue working our way along to the back. Now as it slopes down here you can see we've got more firepower going on. Conrod, man, this sort of ship is insane. It's insanity. And you can see we've got a little access door on the top there in case you want to get inside this thing, but you're not going to be boarding it if you're the enemy. Now towards the back we're not short of decoys here because we've got another 2 decoy pods here on the side as well. And we have this very amusing thrust pack. Now you probably noticed that there isn't many thrusters around the outside, and that's because Conrod has very cleverly stuck all the thrusters on the inside. So let's just pop it in and we'll have a little bit of a dramatic entrance. It was a fake entrance! Oh Conrad, you got me there. So inside there we've got a gyroscope. Now Conrad was also talking to me a little bit about gyroscope armor and the fact that gyroscopes actually take more damage than heavy armor blocks, if something you didn't know. So I don't actually know the entrance to this thing. He's never took the time to show it me. So we're going to actually have to discover it like a boarding party, or alternatively have to cheat our way in for a spectator. We'll do that. So as we enter into the front of the ship, you can see he's got his gyroscopic armor. very interesting. You've probably never seen anything like this before, and if you played on PvP servers, there is a kind of problem with gyroscopic armor. Now, gyroscopes are only connected on one plane. In this case, it's the rear plane. So if that block gets shot out behind them, they go absolutely crazy. But it's most likely that it's going to get shot from the front, and since they can take more damage than the heavy armor blocks, they're going to cause some serious damn trouble, as well as providing this ship with a crazy amount of mobility. So as we continue cutting through, we're entering into the main hull of it, and you can see it's just thrusters. This ship is designed for war. It's not designed to have a pretty interior. When you're flying through here, you better be bloody careful you don't want yourself getting burned. So let's just pop our character back in, and we enter into the armoured hull. So let's just turn our light on, and of course for performance issues we've got all our lights off. We've got a little seating area, a little bar, all the important things that you need inside a ship, as well as a little entrance room that takes us into the toilet. Conrod even took the time to put the door on the toilet, very nice of him indeed. Let's continue working our way through the interior. Now here is the main control room, another really nice armoured shell. So if I just work my way around this thing, turn my lights back on, you can see we've got the armoured shell, and if I just cut into the walls you can see that we've got the heavily armoured thickened on all sides. We've also got gyroscope armour on the bottom there as well. Do we have gyroscope armour on the top? We do as well. So this particular cell is extremely well armoured, and all this space in here is just going to cause even more, well, it'll allow explosions and things to happen and nothing really be effective. Now in the rear section we have the jump drives. A request I was making to the drone team was the ability to have a number of jump drives aboard so we could jump between multiple locations at once to relocate the fleet quickly in a firefight. So you can see they travel through the rest of the hull until they enter the more decorative, as well as you could call it like a booster pack with the hydrogen engines. Now let's go straight back to that cockpit, get ourselves in here and take this thing for a test flight. So we've got all our screens there, currently not online. And you can see, of course, since we've got all them gyroscopes aboard, we do turn amazingly. This is truly a PvP type design. Let's check our thrust, see what we've got going here. Acceleration is very slow, of course. We've only got 2 hydrogen thrusters at the back. We've got a load of thrusters in the inside. But coming against this thing, I'd be damn scared. I'm really tempted to do a cheeky little test. I think we should do. We'll let this thing slow down right here. And what we'll do is we'll put a Lunar Wolf, one of Ryan's ships, over in the distance to test it. So ahead of us we have the Oathkeeper, one of Ryan's ships. We're just going to see what sort of damage this ship can actually do to it with a maximum volley right from the front. So we've got all weapons online. We probably need to change the range a little bit, but we'll leave the range as it is for the moment. There we go. That's one battery from it. God damn it, Conrod, you've built a crazy ship, and all the weapons can fire forward at that distance. Oh, I wouldn't want to be really wouldn't want to be aboard that ship right now. Yes, it is putting up a pretty good fight. Let's have a look. Let's see if the decoys are doing the job. We've got the decoy pods at the front taking the damage, so the majority of the damage isn't really being done to the actual ship at all. That's what's crazy about it. We've got turrets firing off to the rear, tracking some of the missile shots. Let's just adjust the ship down a little bit and fire that upper battery. Obviously this is a little bit too close for the ship really to be effective, so let's just back it off ever so slightly. Let's adjust the armament range. So let's just check our turrets. Oh, our turrets are fine to engage from here. Wow, that is causing some serious trouble. Ryan's ship is heavily armoured at the front there, so it wouldn't really be able to rip through it, and it is targeting slowly. Let's have a look at the decoy pods. Yeah, the decoy pods are really doing the job. They're attracting a lot of the firepower. Let's actually have a look at damage to the actual ship. Yes, we've taken a little bit of damage around this particular pod itself. We've lost one of the larger turrets, but still. Let's check out our shotgun battery and see if we can fire that. Now let's turn that on. Oh, wow. Look at that firing. There is so much damage going down range at this moment in time. Shotgun effect is absolutely devastating that vessel. The only problem with this ship is it's massive. It's going to take a lot of resources, a lot of time to build it. But them decoy blocks, they're doing one hell of a job. This just might be the sort of ship we need to fight off Jack's Dreadnought. Anyway, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this ship will make it into Colony Wars if we have enough time to build it. But it certainly devastates the target. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.